أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Inshallah, hope everyone is well.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
So last week we finished lesson number 7, and today we'll be starting lesson number 8. So lesson number 8 is a very short lesson and a really easy lesson. Correct, Sister Abu Nisa? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, Sister Abu Nisa.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, Sheikh?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Alhamdulillah.
So we are on this lesson itself, lesson number 8. And Sister Abu Nisa, I want you to, well, there's nothing much to go through this lesson, so it's a revision lesson as such. So as this is a revision lesson, I'm going to ask, who am I going to ask? So Sister Abu Nisa, go ahead, take the lesson and explain the lesson.
This is Mufrad and Al-Jam'un. So
Right.
here say Al-Ghaib, Muzakkar, Hamidun, Dhahaba. So Hamid is the third person, he went, and the file is Mustatir. Correct. And here in Jamun, Hamidun, wa Hashimun, wa Aliyun, Dhahabu, and is Jamun, plural of masculine, and the verb is Dhahabu here.
Correct. So what's happening here is that the actual fa'il is preceding the verb, and for this reason the verb will have to correspond in regards to how many individuals is referring to, because Hamid is, whenever a noun is going to come before the verb, then it will become the mubtada. So Hamidun Dhahaba, Hamid is mubtada,
Dhahaba is khabar.
fi'il. Yeah, Dhahaba is fi'il, Dhamir is the fa'il referring back to Hamid, and it's the khabar. So it's mubtada and khabar.
Page number, please.
Page number, Doctor, it's
77.
number 77. Yeah. So 77.
Al-Mu'annath, Aminatu Dhahabat. So Amina, she left, she went. And here in Jam'un is Aminatu wa Zainabu wa Maryamu Dhahabna. So the all female went.
Correct.
Here now is Al-Mukhatib. Al-Mukhatib means the person is in front of you.
Al-Mukhatab, the addressee.
Al-Mukhatab, yeah. So it's the person in front of you. So you are talking to the person in front of you, and it is Muzakkar, is male. Anta Dhahabta. So here is the fi'al and the fa'il. Fa'il is mustatir.
Correct.
And antum zahabtum. So here is plural. Antum means you all. Zahabtum, you all went.
Correct.
And in mu'annath, anti zahabti, you one female went. Antunna dhahabtunna, you all female went.
Correct.
And here is Muzakkar al-Mu'annath. Means that like it's first person, third person. Ana dhahabtu, so I went.
Could be used for masculine and feminine, so both females and.
Both masculine and feminine is
Correct.
feminine is the same. And nahnu dhahabna, so we all went.
Excellent. So the whole lesson this is teaching us is that trying to say that normally the fi'l, we have fi'l, fa'il, and maf'ul. So you always have the verb, the doer, and the object. But in this exercise, they are teaching us if the actual fa'il precedes the verb, then the verb will have to correspond in the gender and the number. So that's the reason where Hamid, Dhahaba singular, Aminatu, Zainabu, Maryamu, Dhahabna. The plural is being used. So that's the whole theme. Now, in this exercise here, following this theme, we will have to do the exercise. So fill in the blanks with the four proper forms of the verb Dhahaba. So I'm going to ask this exercise to be done by Sister Sadia. Can you come on the mic, Sister Sadia? I want you to do 1 and 2, and then 3 and 4. I will ask Sayyid Sajid Kazmi to do 3 and 4. Go ahead, Sister Sadia. Aina. Correct.
Where are the new students?
Correct. The answer would be what? Would it be Dhahaba or would it be something else? What would it be?
If they are Dhahaba will be the answer.
No, At-Tullab is plural. Ain At-Tullab wal-Judu. Where are the new students?
Dhahabu.
Correct.
Dhahabu ilal-Mudir. Yes, it is the plural will be the answer for that one. Yeah. Is that right?
Correct. Dhahabu ila al-Mudiri. They went to the principal. Correct. Number 2.
Sheikh, Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam.
So, if the verb is used in the beginning, shouldn't it be dhahaba?
No. So what's happening here now, Sister Zahra, is that Ain At-Tullab, where are the students? We're talking about the plural of students, and we were talking about them. So we can't say he went to the manager. It's a group of individuals. So when we're talking about a group of individuals, the plural, the verb has to come in a plural format. So we have to say dhahabu.
Even if it's beginning in the beginning of the sentence.
Yes, because it's in the beginning of the sentence, and we're talking about the question, and the question is about individuals which are plural. So we'll have to use dhahabu. Because the actual fa'il in this sentence, there's no fa'il, it's only the verb which is coming. So the verb, as you remember, is that when the fa'il comes before the verb, then the verb will have to correspond who is referring to. We're talking about the students now.
Yes, yes.
So because of that,
it's the answer for that one. There isn't that. It's not the individual verb we are talking about. It's the answer for As-Tullabu.
yeah. So if it was, for example, if it was Ain At-Tullabu al-Jududu, and we then were saying, if we said Dhahaba, we can use a singular if At-Tullabu al-Jududu is going to come after Dhahaba. So if we said Dhahaba At-Tullabu al-Jududu ila al-Mudiri, then we could use a singular. But if we are going to refer to At-Tullabu al-Jududu as the fa'il, then we will have to say Dhahabu ila al-Mudiri. So if we do not replace the fa'il after Dhahaba, then we will have to use the plural to refer back to Al-Tullabu al-Jududu, which are they, because always the verb has to correspond to who is performing the action.
Okay, yes, now I get it. So, like, if we mention At-Tullabul al-Jududu, if that is mentioned in this answer, then we could have used Zahaba in the beginning.
Yes, we can. Then we can use a singular. Then we can say Zahaba At-Tullabu al-Jududu ila al-Mudiri. But if we're not going to use the fa'il, if we're not going to mention the fa'il after Dhahaba, after the verb, then we will have to use the plural, and then the plural, the hum dhamir would be the fa'il, referring back to At-Tullabu al-Jududu.
Okay, thank you.
Continue, Sister Sadia.
Nahnu. It will be Dhahabu ilal Mal'abi.
No.
We.
Nahnu.
Nahnu is the plural there.
Yep.
Nahnu, sorry, it's the we.
Zahabna.
Correct. Nahnu. How do you say we went? Sister Sadia, you're quite on mute, I think. How do you say we went? Oh, so you got disconnected. Okay, she's coming back. How do you say, Sister
I'm
Sadia?
really sorry, it was disconnected there. So nahnu will be zahabu.
No, dhahabu means they went. Whenever nahnu comes, the verb has to be in the form of nahnu as well. How do you say we went?
So it will be, what is the nahnu word there? Na, it will be na and then.
Yep.
Zahabna.
Correct.
Ilal malabi.
Nahnu dhahabna
Ilal malabi.
ila al-malabi. We went to the
Stadium.
stadium. Correct. Say now number 3 and 4.
Is Aina Dahaba Ba'da Darsi Ya Ikhwani?
So aina ba'da darsi ya ikhwani. So ya ikhwani is plural. Correct?
So, okay, even if it's plural, like I was trying to see Dahaba, not Dahaba.
So
I was supposed to Dahabu then instead.
no. So ya ikhwani, you're talking to your brothers now. So you will here use a plural.
Okay, so that would be Dahabu.
No, dhahabu is they went. So you're talking to, for example, if you're in front of me and there's a group of individuals, you'll not say aina dhahabta, you'll say where are you all going?
Okay.
So ikhwani is indicating that you're speaking to a group. So when you're speaking to a group of individuals who are in front of you, then you will have to use a plural for you all. What is that? Dhahab.
Dhahabtum.
Yeah, because ikhwani is come and it's a plural, you cannot use the dhahabta, you have to use the plural as well. Aina dhahabtum ba'da darsi ya ikhwani.
Okay, I get it. Aina dhahabtum ba'da darsi ya ikhwani.
Yeah. So, and next one, abi is my father is single, one person. Now here you can use you went. Where did you go? Did you go to the market? Today to the father.
dhahabta.
Yeah, adhabta.
Adhabta ila suqil yawma ya abi.
Adhabta ila suqi al yawma ya abi. So first one is aina dhahabtum ba'da darsi ya ikhwani, and the next one, number 4, is adhabta ila suqi al yawma ya abi. Correct.
Thank you.
So when it comes for you, mukhatab, addressing you, and it's plural, then you have to use dhahabtum. And if it's abi, single person, dhahabta. It's only with a third person that you can use dhahaba al-muslimuna or dhahabat al-muslimatu. It's only with a third person you can use a singular verb and you have the plural file afterwards. But when it's the person who you're talking in front of you, you cannot say to a group of people, anta. You have to use it, you have to take in consideration whether you're referring to one individual or more than one individual. So ikhwani is plural, so you have to use aina dhahabtum.
Okay, understood.
I
need to memorize my tables.
Tables, and okay. We'll revise this, inshallah. Once we finish this book, I'll do a revision session on that again, inshallah. Sister Sabira Khanji. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah.
Alaikum.
Alaikum assalam. Can you do 5 and 6, please?
Okay. أنا ما ذهبت إلى المكتبة اليوم.
Excellent. Translation?
I did not go to the library today.
Excellent. Number 6.
أمي ذهبت إلى المستشفى. My mother went to the hospital.
Excellent. Ummi. So whenever you're talking my mother, my father, my sister, you will always use the third form of the verb, he or she. Excellent. MashaAllah. Very good. Next person, Sister Butul Ali. Can you do number 7 and 8? Alaikum salam.
So
I said the answer already. So here, look at no, 1 second. Look, over here now, you have ya. After ya, you have banati. Bintun, banatun. So that's plural. Yeah. So you will have excellent. Adhabtunna. Correct. Continue.
Yeah. And ذهبتن لزيارة لا خالتكن يا بناتي.
Translation.
Did they all go
Yep.
to ziyarat,
To visit
to visit خالتنا, like the
your khala,
khalas,
your auntie,
your aunties, or
daughter,
sisters,
or
or daughters.
or daughters, correct.
Daughters.
Did you go to visit your auntie or daughters?
Okay, did you go to visit your aunties or daughters?
Number 8.
ذهبتي أخي إلى المطار.
Nope.
No,
said,
sorry, ذهبت.
Nope. Dhahabat is feminine. Akhi is my brother.
My brother, sorry, ذهبوا.
Not dhahabu singular.
Zahabu is singing. Akhi is brother, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's one person. So not with dhahabu. What's the singular of dhahabu?
Singular of zahabu. Zahabu is plural.
Yeah, I want the singular.
Zahaba.
Correct. Dhahaba.
Akhi ila al-matari. Matari means
airport.
Airport.
Yeah. Dhahaba akhi ila al-matari. My brother went to the
airport.
Correct. That's the correct answer. Okay. Right. Next person I will ask to come on the mic is going to be Dr. Rahim. Mustafa Rahim. Number 9 and 10.
Rahman Rahim. 9 and 10.
Yes.
Akhawati ila al-kulliyati. Akhawati, I mean my sisters.
They went.
Went. Zahabna ila al-kulliyati.
Excellent. Akhawati dhahabna ila al-kulliyati. My sisters, they went to the college. Excellent. Number 10.
And 10 is ila al-madrasati ya Aisha. Aisha, we did ila al-madrasa. Ya Aisha. Now you're asking the second person.
Correct.
Zahabta ila al-madrasati Aisha.
Aisha, she's a female at the moment, so we need to keep it to female as well. So she's a female.
Zahabti.
Yeah.
Zahabti. Zahabti. Sorry, Zahabti. Yes, Zahabti.
Ila al-madrasa.
Ila al-madrasati ya Aisha.
Excellent. Did you go to the school, oh Aisha? Excellent. Jazakallah, doctor. Now, in the next exercise, fill in the blanks with the suitable verbs in the Madi. So, okay, in the past tense. So here, I'm going to ask Sister Zahra to come first, and then Sister Humazadi, then Butul Manji. So, Sister Zahra, I want you to do 1 and 2. Something
so
with adhan.
We can put our own verbs, right?
Yes, it has to be a past tense verb.
Okay. So, did you hear the azan of Muhammad?
Yes.
Sami'ta al-azana ya Muhammad.
Correct.
Next one.
Yes. Now the word nahnu. So did you play football yesterday?
Nahnu la'ibna kurrata sallatil yawm.
Correct. Ahsanti. Sister Humazadi, 3 and 4, and then Butul Manji afterwards. So did you wash my shirts and my handkerchiefs, oh mother?
Amasani wa manadili ya ummi.
So what's the verb again? Aghasal?
It will be aghasalti.
Excellent. Aghasalti, qumsani. Continue.
Manadili ya ummi.
Excellent. Translation?
Did you wash my shirt? Manadili, what is that?
Handkerchiefs. Handkerchiefs.
Handkerchiefs, oh mother.
Correct. Number 4.
Al-mudiru darasa ala saburati.
So so this will be here. You could write the principal wrote the lesson on the blackboard. What is it? Right? Past tense cut sorry. Right.
Akataba al-mudiru darasa ala saburati.
So there's no need to write because it's a statement that the principal wrote the lesson.
kataba al-mudir al-darasa al-saburati.
Ala saburati, correct. Jazakallah. Sister Butul Manji, number 5 and 6.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Al-mudiru darasa alal subura.
No, number 5 and 6, Sister Butul Manji. So,
Oh, ana baba. Ana ana
I opened the classroom door.
ana maftuh.
No. So the verb is you have to use is fataha. I opened the classroom door.
Ana fatatu babal fasli wa hamidu wa hishamun wa bilalun
They opened the windows. They opened. How do you say they opened? Plural.
Fathatu.
No. Fataha.
Fatahu.
Correct. Fatahu. What is it, Batul Manji? Fatahu.
Yeah.
Correct. Fatahu an-nawafidha.
Nawafiza.
Correct. Thank you for that. Next person, I will ask Sister Zabunisa. Can you do 6 and 7?
الدرس الجديد جيدا يا بنات. فهمتن الدرس الجديد جيدا يا بنات. Did you understand the lesson, the new lesson very well?
Daughters. Excellent. فهمتن الدرس الجديد جيدا يا بنات. Excellent. Correct.
زميلتي خرجنا من الفصل بعد الدرس. My colleagues, they all left from the classroom after the lesson.
Excellent. Sister Sabira Kanji, can you do the next two, number 8 and 9?
Okay.
So Al-Qur'ana ba'da Salat al-Fajr ya abnai. Now, did you recite the Quran after the Fajr, oh my sons?
Okay. So قرأتن.
No, not tunna, the boys.
It's sorry, it's the boys.
Yeah. Mashallah, everyone's in really well. I am impressed because this is this exercise is going to prepare yourself to be able to have conversations, to be able to change the verb from he, she, and we. That if you are able to master it, then you will be able to have a fluent conversation with individuals. So this lesson, it's a really important lesson. Everyone's doing quite well, alhamdulillah. So here, change it.
It's قرأتم القرآن بعد صلاة الفجر يا أبنائي.
Correct.
Or listen to the Quran after Salatul Fajr.
Or did you recite?
Did you recite?
Yeah.
Sorry, did you recite? Okay.
Number 9.
Akhi, Suratul Rahman. So my brother, Akhi, so he. So Akhi Kara Suratul Rahman. So my brother recited Suratul Rahman.
So he recited Surah Ar-Rahman. Why is it Surah Ar-Rahman? Why does the word Ta marbuta have a fatha? What does the verb require?
An object.
Exactly. What is it?
So the object is the Suratul Rahman.
Exactly. Brilliant. Next person on the mic will be who is? There's no Farhana today. She hasn't turned up. Okay, then Sister Butul Ali. Alaikum salam. Go ahead.
Ana an qalami walakkini ma wajadtuhu.
Okay. Ana an kalami walakin ma wajadtuhu. So the word is bahatha. Bahatha means he searched, and you need to change the verb. I searched for my pen.
Sorry, bahasa means
Bahatha means to search.
search.
Yeah. To look for, search.
Okay. Ana I, yeah?
Yep.
I. Ana bahasna an qalami.
No, bahathna is we search. You need to add to.
Oh. So that one.
You need-
Nahnu.
No,
Nah.
nahnu is bahathna. We have
Bahasna.
ana, which is I.
Bahastu.
Correct. Ana.
Bahastu an qalami.
Then continue. Walakinni. Finish the sentence.
An qalami walakinni ma wajadtuhu.
Translate it now, please.
So I searched.
Yep.
An qalami means
For my pen.
for my pen.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I searched for my pen. Walakinni.
However, I. Walakinni means however I.
However, I ma wajadtuhu. However, I wajatu means old.
No. Wajada, yajid, wajada means he found.
Found. Okay.
And ma means not. Ma wajadtu, I did not find it.
Find it. However, I did not find it. So I searched for my pen. However, I did not find it.
Correct.
Yeah?
Yes, that's correct. Next one.
Okay. Man dash hazihil hayyata.
Who killed this snake?
Who killed this snake?
Yes.
Okay.
The verb to kill is qatala.
Qatala. So who killed this snake? Qatalta. Who? Man qatalta.
Man qatala. No, whatever man comes, you use always the third person. Qatala. Man qatala.
Man qatala. Okay, thank you.
Finish the sentence. Man qatala.
Qatalti.
No. Man. Whenever man comes, it always is in the third form question. Man qatala.
Hazihil hayya. So who
Translation.
killed this snake?
Who killed this snake? Correct. Sister Sadia, can you do 12, 13, and 14?
Yeah, so 12, Sharabtu al-Kahwata.
No, you're talking to a female.
Oh, yes. Sharabat.
No. Did you drink or did you drank the coffee or the kahwa or Maryam? So you're talking to one female. The verb is shariba. Shariba.
Shariba and sharibat.
No. Correct. Sharib. You need to add T. You need to add T at the end.
Sharibti. No.
Yes, Asharibti. Correct.
Asharibti.
Yep.
Asharibti al-Kahwata, ya Maryam.
So, Sister Sadia, I want you to do the 14 forms now of Shariba. All of the 14 now. Shariba.
All right. Shariba, Shariba, Sharibu, Sharibu, Sharibat, Sharibata, Sharibna.
Correct.
Sharibta, Sharibtuma. No, Sharibtu.
No, Sharibtuma. Sharibtuma is correct.
Sharibtuma, Sharibtum, Sharibta, Sharibti, Sharibtuma, Sharibtunna, Sharibtu, Sharibna.
Excellent. Is that clear for you now?
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Number
So,
13.
who did you drink this tea?
Did you drink the coffee or the kahwa or Maryam?
Maryam. All right. Zumalai al-Mawza. Zumalai, my colleague. Is that a plural? My colleagues.
Yeah. Zamilun is singular. Zumalai, my colleague. The verb is akala. Akala. Hamza, kaf, lam. Akala, he ate. So my colleagues, they ate the banana and I ate the grapes.
Aniba or inaba.
Akala. Akala. Alif, kaf, lam. Akala.
So these are the plural, my colleagues.
Yes.
These are plural, so it will be Zumalai They all.
Yes, they all ate.
They all ate. Zumilaitum.
No,
No,
Zumala, no.
Zumilai akaltum.
No. As I said to you, whenever you use my colleagues, my brothers, and it's plural, then it has to be the third person plural. And it's Zumalai is plural, masculine. So it has to be they all ate. How do you say they all ate?
So they all ate will be akalu.
Akalu.
Akalu al-mauza. Fine. Okay. So they all ate. All my colleague ate banana. My
Yes.
colleague ate banana. Wa ana akaltu al-inaba. Al-ma. Wa ana and I.
Yep.
Akala is the verb there. Akaltu.
Correct. Ana akaltu.
And I ate grapes.
Excellent. And finally, number 14.
Fatima tu bintaha bil asa.
So Fatima hit her daughter with the stick.
Hit means daraba is there from there.
Yes, so daraba means he hit, correct?
Hit. And then darabat. So Fatima hit means she hit.
Correct.
It will be zarabat. Is that
correct?
Right?
That is correct.
Zarabat Fatima tu bintuha bil asa. Fatima hit.
Is it bintuha or bintaha? Fatima is the doer, and what does the doer do? Correct.
Bintaha. Yes. And that will be maful for that. Is that right?
Excellent. That is correct. Right. Okay. Let's move on. Right. I'm going
So,
to
Sheikh,
ask.
if whenever there is a possessive pronoun in a sentence, the verb corresponding to it will be in the third person.
Yes. So if it let me wrap this up and put in a summary. Whenever we are speaking in the possessive form, my, and if the actual noun is singular, then we will use either the singular feminine or the singular masculine third person verb. For example, ummi, dharabat ummi, my mother hit. And if it's abi, we will see dharaba abi, my father hit. And if we are going to speak in the form of my colleagues ate, the word zamilun is singular, zamilun is singular, and the plural is my colleagues, zumalai, as we did over here. Zumalai, where is it gone? Zumalai. So because it's my colleagues and the word zumala is plural and it's my, we will use the plural of the third person masculine, which will be akalu. Zumalai akalu al-mawza. And if it's females, zamilatun is when female colleague. And if it's zamilatun, then you will say zamilatun kharajat min al-fasli ba'da ad-darsi. My colleague, she left from the classroom after the lesson. But here, zamilati is plural, so we will need to use the plural third person feminine, which will be zamilati kharajna min al-fasli ba'da ad-darsi. Is that clear now, sisters? Zahra?
Yes, true. And if there's a vocative particle, as in like my sons or oh my daughters, the second person verb will be used corresponding to it.
Excellent. So if after the vocative particle ya, if the verb is singular, then we use a singular second person verb. If after the vocative particle is a plural verb, so plural noun, then the verb will be plural as well. Plural, second person, masculine or feminine, depending whether what is after the vocative particle is masculine or feminine.
Thank you, Sheikh.
This is everyone aside. Is that clear for you as well?
Yes, it is.
Sabira, Kanji?
No, I don't understand what a vocative particle is.
Okay, vocative means ya. Ya is called vocative when you're calling someone.
Oh, right. Okay.
Nida.
So, for example, you may say ya abna'i. Ibnun is one person. Abna'un is plural, correct? Abna'un. So ya abna'i, it's plural, my brothers. So we cannot say akara'ta al-Qur'ana ba'da salat al-fajr ya abna'i. Abna'i is my brothers. You cannot use kara'ta. You will have to use you all when you're speaking to a group of individuals. So you will have to say akara'tum.
So ya will be harfu nida.
Yes, ya is called the vocative particle in English, and in Arabic it's called harfun nida. Correct. So Sabira Kanji, abna'i is plural.
So, so it doesn't necessarily have to have O. You can just take the person's name, yeah. But because it's Arabic, it has to have its sort of respect to have the O bit.
No, this is a question. So ya is a question which you're asking to the person in front of you. So ya abnai, oh my brothers, oh my son, sorry.
Okay.
So for example, when we did over here, ya ummi, oh my mother. So we're talking. So you're talking to someone, you're addressing someone, oh mother. So when you're having oh mother, she's one person. So you'll say aghasalti. You can use aghasaltunna for your mother as a means of respect, but aghasalti is correct.
Okay.
So when we use ghasaltunna with mother, it's a means of respect. But over here, aghasal, if I said akarata and you say ya abnai, that's incorrect, because karata is one person, and over here, ya abnai, you're talking and addressing a group of individuals. Okay.
Okay. Okay. I think I get it.
So when you're talking to a group of individuals and it's more than one individual, the verb has to come in the plural form as well, of the second person.
Yeah. So all that I understood, but it's the vocative particle that I didn't kind of get. Because,
so ya is called a vocative particle.
Yeah. So in is it just in Arabic that you have the vocative, even though it's applying to a group of individuals?
What do you mean? I don't understand that question. What do you mean?
So in here it's, oh abnai.
Yep.
I suppose it's all you people. Oh, you people. Okay.
Yeah. So Ibn is singular, abnai is plural. So there's more than two individuals, because as you know, in the Arabic language, plural is more than two.
Yeah, of course.
So for that reason, you have to use the same format of the verb as well.
Yeah, okay.
May I come in for this? Maybe try to elaborate a little bit where Sister Sabira Kanji is having a difficulty. I think she's trying to ask is ya abnai as a plural that she mentioned. Whenever this after ya, if abnai is mentioned, is a plural sense. So you if it as you said, if it was a singular ibn, then you use the other
singular verb
or whatever comes after, you make it singular or
Correct.
plural. So
Correct.
if I mean, it's just a simple thing. I think you don't need to worry too much about it. Just think about it. It's a harf nida. Harf nida, I mean the vocative particle, whatever it is. But I think she's understanding harf nida on its own. But after we have to put harf nida as a question mark. And then if we are talking to a single person, we need to say ya ibn. And if we're talking to two people or more than two people, we will say ya abna'i.
Correct.
Is that
that's correct?
Is that any good, Sister Sabira?
Yeah, yes. So it's in both cases you have to use ya. So
Yes.
That makes
It's always used. So whenever you're calling someone or you're addressing someone, and you will so ya is a particle of catching someone's attention. Also and so.
It's direct address, yeah? Direct
Exactly.
object, direct address. Okay.
Correct.
Right. Thank you.
Sister,
Sheikh, I think we should have some other exercise like this, isn't it? It's quite good exercise as well and as a good practice as well.
yes, absolutely, it's really good. Sister Mukarrama Wajib, Mukarrama, can you do this and explain what's happening? Alaikum Assalam. Ta'ammal, explain here, where is the fa'il in the past tense verb?
ذهب فعل ضمير مستتر فاعل.
Yep. So in dhahaba, the actual suffix, there is no pronoun, a suffix attached to the verb which represents huwa. So in this verb, the fa'il is hidden. Dhamir means pronoun, mustatirun means hidden. That's what it means. Next one.
ذهب ذهبوا
Correct.
ذهب فعل plus واو is equal to فاعل.
Correct. So here it's trying to say the wow here is the suffix which is attached to the verb, which represents, because every verb requires a doer. This wow is the actual attached pronoun with the verb, which represents they.
More than two, right?
Yep, correct. Continue.
ذهبت ذهب is equal to فعل plus ta sakin.
Yep.
علامة
Ta'nis.
تأنيث plus ضمير مستتر is equal to فاعل.
Okay, let me explain here now. So in the dhahabat, this ta is not a pronoun, but is a sign of feminine. So dhahabat is a sign of feminine, and the fa'il, the doer of the verb, let me use another, give me 1 second. Let me use an English one, which will make it easier for you. Give me 1 second. Which one I'm going to use? Look at this one, it'll be easier for you to understand from this one. Go ahead, use this and explain now.
Okay, so we were in number 3. ذهبت هي ذهبت. The sakin is the suffix. Mustatir fa'ilun is hidden.
Correct.
And ta is for ta'anis.
Sign of feminine, correct.
Fine.
Next
And
one.
she went here. Huma zahabata. The sakin plus alif. Now that is for the dual.
Correct. The alif is the sign of fa'il, and the ta is the sign of feminine. So that differentiates between dhahaba and dhahabata. So the ta is the one which distinguishes between dual masculine to dual feminine.
Yes, because of the ta.
Correct. Next
The
one.
2 women went. Hunna zahabna. Nun fatana is the plural.
Mhm.
And Noon
Noon is the sign of feminine and is the fa'il.
Niswa, yeah.
Yeah,
Noon
this one
Niswa.
means ladies.
Noon of a feminine plural.
Yeah.
They more than 2 women went.
Excellent.
Anti zahabti.
Anta dhahabta.
Anta zahabta. So ta fata is for the anta, you male, and you men went.
Correct.
Antuma zahabtuma. Tuma is for the males, 2 males. You 2 men went. Antum zahabtum is for the male plural, tum. Antum zahabtum, you more than 2 men went.
Correct.
Anti zahabti, you 1 female went. That is for the kasra is for the female.
Correct.
You 2 women went. Antuma zahabtuma, you 2 females went. Antunna zahabtunna is for you all females
went, more
Right.
than 2 females went. Ana zahabtu, the 2 is for singular, either male or female.
Correct.
Ana zahabtu, I went, male or female. And nahanu zahabna, the na is for plural of males, both and females.
Excellent. Is that clear for everyone now?
We all went.
Excellent. Jazakallah. Is that clear for everyone now?
Yes.
Yes.
Brilliant. Okay, that's fine. So point out the file. I'm not going to do this exercise. This is easy. That's easy. I'm going to skip this. That's easy. That's everything done. Right. I'm going to start lesson number 9 with yourselves. Is everyone ready for that?
Yes, inshallah.
Okay, Sisters Abu Nisa, Bismillah, take the honors. I want you to read the points to remember. So can you start, Sisters Abu Nisa? Read
Yes.
up to the half of the part, then I'm going to bring someone else on the mic.
Points to remember. In this lesson, we learn the following. The nasb ending of the sound feminine plural, we have learned earlier that the normal nasb ending of a noun is a. Example, innal baita jadidun, qara'atul kitaba. Now we learn that the nasb ending of the noun in the sound feminine plural form is e instead of a. Ra'aytu abna'a wal banati. I saw the sons and the daughters. Al abna wa al banati. In this sentence, both al abna'a and al banati are objects of the verb ra'aytu, and so they are mansub. The noun al abna'a has the regular a ending, but the noun al-banati has the e ending because of the sound feminine plural which ends in at. Here are some more examples. Khalaqallahu as-samawati wal arda. Allah created the heavens and the earth. Qara'atul kutuba was suhufa wal majallati.
والمجلات والمجلات.
I read the books, the newspapers, and the magazines. Innal ikhwata wal akhwati fil bayti. Indeed, the brothers and the sisters are at home. Remember that the nasb and jar endings are the same in the sound feminine plural form. Example.
Okay, 1 second. Just 1 second. Did anyone understand this so far, or no one understood it?
Yes, Sheikh understood.
Okay.
What I've understood from this is the alif and ta at the end. It is the plural of feminine. The fatha and kasra is on top of it.
Okay. Let me break it down now. Let me break it down. Okay. Give me 1 second. This lesson, I did this when I started book 2. I did this lesson then. I spoke about the sound when we did book 2. I spoke about this, but now it's the right time for me to go to that detailed explanation again. Just 1 second. Let me explain. It's not that difficult. I just explain it to you, and you'll understand. Just give me 1 second. Let me just find that page. Sometimes you look for something and you can't find it. Okay, Khair, I'll find it. Give me 2 seconds. Apologies, I'm just finding the page because I need to. Okay, found it. Right, let me explain outside the lesson. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Everyone should have this book already. I'll send this book out again to you. I'll explain it from this book. Give me 1 second. So. Let me just post it in the group. Right. Let me explain this. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Now, in the Arabic language, nouns are divided according to the last letter of the noun itself. So all Arabic nouns are divided into different titles or subcolumns itself, subdivisions, according to the last letter, what type of noun it is. So, for example, the sound masculine. What's a sound masculine? Sound masculine plural. What's the sound masculine plural? Give me an example of a sound masculine plural.
Wow, alif.
Muslimun.
Muslimuna. Excellent. Muslimuna. So the singular of Muslimuna is?
Muslimun.
And what's a sound feminine plural?
Muslimat.
So how do you differentiate between a sound feminine plural and a sound masculine plural? What's the difference between the two?
The alif and the ta would be for the feminine, and the waw noon is for the masculine.
Can you see on the screen? Are you able to see anything on the screen? No, sorry, you can't see nothing on the screen.
No.
Apologies. Look over here. So the word Muslimuna is the sound masculine plural. So any noun which ends with waw noon is called a sound masculine plural. And the sound feminine plural is all those nouns which end with an alif and a ta, a flat ta. Is this clear so far, Sister Sabira, Sister Zabunisa, Sister Huma?
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
Alhamdulillah.
Yes. So in the
So,
Arabic,
sorry.
yeah.
Sorry, Sheikh. Any word ending with waw noon is sound masculine plural, right?
Yes, and any noun ending with alif and a flat ta is called a sound feminine plural. Now,
Alif and flat ta, sound masculine, sound feminine plural.
yeah. So why are they called sound masculine plural and sound feminine plural? Why are they called this? The reason why they're called this is that the singular word, for example, look over the word muslimatun. The word muslimatun is not broken in its plural. So it's still visible in the plural. That's why it's got sound masculine and sound feminine. So muslimatun, the plural becomes muslimatun. And muslimun becomes muslimuna. Now, these types of nouns, they have their own i'rab. Each of these types, the sound masculine and the sound feminine, their i'rab is different from each other. Now, what do I mean this? I'll explain this now. Now, first of all nouns in the Arabic language, how many harakats do they have? How many states does a noun have? Sister Sabira Kanji.
Is it 3 states?
Good. Ahsanti. Jazakallah. What are the 3 states?
The accusative,
Let's start from the first one. The default position of all nouns, it's what? So a mubtada, can you say al-kitaba or al-kit? If I want to say al-kitabu jamilun, the book is beautiful, would I say al-kitaba or al-kitabu jamilun?
Mu. Dhamma.
Kitabu jamilun.
Excellent. So all nouns, default position, it's a dhamma or dhamma tanween. Correct?
Yes.
So that is called halatul raf. If you look over here, it's called halatul raf. In English, it's called the nominative case. Is that clear, Sister Sabra?
Yes.
Okay. Next one. If the second state of a noun is halatul nasb. Halatul nasb is when the noun gets either a fatha or a fatha tanween.
Yeah.
Correct? And that's called the accusative case.
Yeah.
Now the third state of a noun is halatul jar. Halatul jar is that when a noun gets a kasra or a kasra tanween. Is that clear?
Yes. Yes.
Sister Huma, is that clear for you? Dr. Rahim, is that clear for you?
Yes, Sheikh.
I think it's fine. Thank you.
Okay, now I'll give you examples. When we say Ja'a Zaydun, Dr. Rahim, can you come on the mic, please?
Ja'a
So Sheikh,
Zaydun.
this jar, halat jar one is majroor and
Zaydun
halat
came.
nasb is mansoob, yeah?
Correct,
All
correct. And halatul marfu is raf. Now, Doctor, Ja'a Zaydun. Ja'a is what? What is Ja'a? Is it a verb or a noun?
Verb.
It is a
Correct.
verb. It's a verb.
Correct. And Zaydun, what is Zayd? Is it a noun or a verb?
It's a noun
Excellent. And why is it getting a dhamma tanween?
because that is a default position.
It's in its default position and it's coming after a verb, and every verb requires what? A fa'il.
Noun in position.
doer.
A
Fa'il
doer.
doer.
Yes. It requires a doer. And in the Arabic language, they have made a ruling
Yes.
that all doers of a verb are always in the state of marfu,
Yes.
in the nominative case. So Ja'a Zaydun, Zaydun, the dhamma tanween is demonstrated that it is the fa'il of Ja'a. Is that correct?
Yes, that's right.
So the dhamma tanween is a sign of Ja'a. Zaydun is the fa'il of Ja'a. So this is the first state of Zaydun.
Yeah.
Next example. Ra'aytu Zaydan. Now Ra'aytu, what is Ra'aytu?
Right is a verb, means I saw Zayd.
So Zayd. So
is maf'ul here, Zaydan.
Exactly. So
I'm the doer and maf'ul is Zayd.
Excellent.
I saw him.
Ahsantum. So Ra'aytu, I saw, I am the doer. Zaydan is the object. So because Zaydan is the object, and the ruling in the Arabic language is that all objects of a verb should be in the state of mansoob. So it gets a fatha tanween.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes, that's right. Yes.
Is this clear for everyone so far?
Sorry, just please, Sheikh, repeat the last sentence. Just you said.
So all objects of a verb are always in the accusative case. Halatul mansoob or halatul nasb. Halatul nasb. So Zaydan is in halatul nasb because it's the object of the verb.
Yes.
Now, next one, marartu bi Zaydin.
Right, to be Zaydin. Because this is got the letter B, which is a harf of jar.
Correct.
Put the kasra below.
Correct. Ahsantum. So because of harf jar, ba is coming and is giving kasra to the last letter on the dal. So, yeah, marartu bi Zaydin. I passed by.
I passed by Zayd.
I passed by Zayd. Right. Now, this is something new. I'm going to give you extra top up. And please listen to me carefully now. Dr. Rahim, unmute yourself again.
Yes.
Okay, now, doctor. Now, in the Arabic language, now, the word dal, what type of, is it a vowel, a dal? It's not a vowel. In the Arabic language, vowels are alif, waw, and ya. Alif, waw, and ya are the weak letters in the Arabic language.
Yeah.
Yeah, so because dal is not a weak letter, now in the Arabic, so whenever the last letter of a verb is not a weak letter, it is named in Arabic, this type of noun is named al-mufrad munsarif as-sahih. So sahih here, it means that the last letter of the actual noun is sahih. It's not a weak letter. Is this clear so far? So any noun whose last letter is not a weak letter is called mufrad, munsarif, as-sahih. This is the term given to all nouns whose last letter is not a weak letter. Is this clear, Sister Umar, for you as well?
So Sheikh, any letter, either it's a verb, noun, any letter, yeah?
No, only nouns, only nouns.
Any nouns.
Yeah, only nouns. Sister Umar, does that make sense? Are you there, Sister Umar? Unmute yourself, you're muted.
Oh, okay. Yes, it's Ja Zaidun, and that Zaidun is Zamma Tanween.
Yeah, and Dal itself is not a weak letter. It's a non-weak letter.
Yes, correct.
Now, next one. Al-mufrad means a single word. It's not like mudaf, mudaf ilayh. So mufrad here, it means that it's not a phrase, it's just one word. That's what mufrad means here. Mufrad means it's a single word. It's not a phrase. So here, this term, al-mufrad, al-qa'im, maqam, sahih, it means that the last letter now is a weak letter.
Yeah.
Zabiyun.
Zabiyun.
Zabiyun, it means a deer. Zabiyun means a deer. So when we say hada zabiyun, this means this is a.
It's a
deer.
This is a deer. Yeah. And now the word now, why is zabiyun coming with dhamma tanween? Why? Does anyone know the answer? Can we say, for example,
because it's ending with a weak letter.
No. Why is it? What position does the biyun have when we say hada the biyun?
The predicate.
It's by default, I think. Sorry, Sister Zahra. Am I right?
Subject predicate. Haza the biyun.
Excellent. Yes, Zahra and Sister Umar, you're right. It's because it's mubtada and khabar. So subject and predicate, the default position of subject and predicate is that it always ends with a dhamma tanween or a dhamma. And with regards to the khabar, in regards to khabar, all khabars should be indefinite. All khabars are indefinite without alif lam, and that's really the biyun. So the last letter, when it's a weak letter, it will get a dhamma tanween. Like Zaydun gets a dhamma tanween, Zabiyun will get a dhamma tanween to demonstrate that this noun is in its default position. Okay? Is this clear so far?
I have a question.
Yep.
If we go to the next word, which is in the middle, Ra'aytu Zabiyan.
Yep.
That has do we count that as a weak letter, alif at the end, or no?
It has a weak letter, Zabiyan. So the ya is there, and it's taken. So what's happening here is that the weak. So what I'm trying to do is trying to explain that when there is a weak letter, Zabiyan, and when there's a non-weak letter, in this scenario, they share the same harakat. They take the dhamma. It takes a dhamma tanween, it takes a fatha tanween, and it takes a kasra tanween.
Right.
That is what I'm trying to explain. What happens in Arabic language, in syntax, they divide the nouns according to the last letter. So dal is a non-vowel letter. So they call it mufrad munsarif sahih. And when there's a weak letter, this type of noun is called mufrad qa'im maqam sahih.
Right.
So it gets a dhamma, even though there's a weak letter, it still gets a dhamma tanween, it gets a fatha tanween, and it gets a kasra tanween.
Right.
Is that clear now?
Yeah.
Sister, rest of the sisters.
Can you explain it, please?
So, like Zaydun, Zaydin, it gets a dhamma tanween, fatha tanween, and a kasra tanween. Even when there is a weak letter at the end, the same harakat which a non-vowel letter will get, like Zaydun, Zabiyun will get the same harakat. Hada Zabiyun, or if I said Hada Zaydun, Hada Zabiyun, the last letter is ending with a dhamma tanween. Ra'aytu Zaydan and Ra'aytu Zabiyan, both of these cases where the noun after the verb, ra'aytu, the noun which is coming as an object. It gets a fatha tanween. Dal is a non-vowel. It gets a fatha tanween. Dhabyan is a vowel. It gets a fatha tanween. Is this clear so far, doctor? Sister, is everyone understanding? Sister Sadia Shiraz.
Ji, Assalamu alaikum. Ji,
Is it making sense or is it not making sense at all?
it is making sense. Certainly, it is making sense.
So so there's one noun has a weak letter and the other noun has a non-weak letter, but in both of these different types of nouns, they still get the same harakat. Ja'a Zaydun getting a dhamma tanween, Hada Dhabiyun is getting a dhamma tanween. Ra'aytu Zaydan getting a fatha tanween because it's the object of the verb. Ra'aytu Dhabiyan, I saw a deer. So the object is the deer. It gets a fatha tanween, even though there is a ya at the end. Marartu bi Zaydin, I passed by Zayd. Ba is a preposition. So because of that, the dal gets a kasra tanween. Marartu bi Dhabiyin, ba is a preposition. The last letter, the ya, which is a weak letter, gets a kasra tanween. Is this clear so far?
Yes, very clear.
Sister Sabira, you're a bit quiet.
Yes, no, it's clear so far. I'm just now thinking slightly ahead, and it's gonna change, isn't it? When
I know. That's why I'm going. That's the reason why I started from the basics to build upon it itself.
Because then you'll add the word al, and then it'll change. Everything will change.
You just bear with me 2 minutes. Let's go gradually. Now, the other thing you need to know, Sister Sabira, is this. Also, all plurals, all broken plurals,
okay,
all jam al-mukassar al-munsarif. So the word rijalun comes under the same category of Zaydun, Dhabiyun, and rijalun follows the same i'rab. So here, the word rijalun is getting a dhamma tanween. Yes? So hum is mubtada, rijalun is khabar, and it gets a dhamma tanween. Yep. So the dhamma tanween is visible on a what's this? Broken plural. So on this broken plural, when it is in the state of raf, it gets a dhamma tanween. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
And then when it comes as an object, the broken plural, it gets a fatha tanween as an object. Ra'aytu.
Rijalan.
Yes, ra'aytu rijalan. I saw a man.
A man, sorry.
And qultu li rijalin. What does qultu li rijalin means? I said to the men.
Okay.
So lam is harf jar and it gets a kasra tanween. So these three categories of nouns in the state of raf, nasb and jar get dhamma tanween, fatha tanween and kasra tanween. Is this clear so far?
Yes.
I'm using my energy to explain it. If I would appreciate if you could respond. No, we don't understand. Yes, we do understand.
Yes, we do.
Yes, Sheikh, we understand.
Yes, we do.
Because this is the most technical and the most challenging part of Arabic is Nahu. If you don't understand Nahu, then everything is like a nightmare. So I'm trying
Sheikh,
to...
in the first lesson, there was a word ghaliyun, and there was a separate exercise done for that word.
I'll do that later. I'll do ghalin. I'll explain that later. The good question you asked, I'll explain that later. Ghalin comes in a different category.
Okay.
I'll do that later, inshallah.
Well,
Now,
about just for a second, Ra'aytu Rijalan is with alif at the end. Cannot be with the...
Which one? Go ahead, Sister Sadia.
Ra'aytu Rijalan.
Yep.
It's written up different way there.
Yeah, the only reason why, because whenever there's a lam and you want to add an alif to a lam, they write it this way itself. So this alif here, this is the alif and a lam. So whenever you have a verb so whenever you have a noun and it's come as an object for a verb or another harf, like inna, it gets a fatha tanween. So you add alif as well.
Just written up his difference.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Okay. Now I need to move on to the most technical part. Now I need to explain sound feminine plurals. Now, where's it gone? Okay. Now, sound feminine plurals. Everyone listening, yes?
Yep.
Now,
Yes.
sound, first of all, what is a sound feminine plural? A big example. Example is the word muslimatun. So a sound masculine feminine plural is a noun which ends with an alif and a flat ta. Okay? Alif and a flat ta. Now, when this type of noun comes in the state of in its default position, as for example, if it comes as a khabar or a mubtada, it will end with alif and a dhamma tanween. So hunna muslimatun. Hunna
Muslimatun.
Hunna muslimatun. They are
Muslims.
They are Muslims. Now, why? Now, the other point you need to remember, or for example, I could say ja'at muslimatun. What does that mean?
Muslims came.
Yeah, female Muslims came. Ahsanti, ja'at muslimatun. The female ladies came. Now, this is the most technical part now. Now, when the sound feminine plural comes as an object, when it comes as an object, when it's like Zaydun, when it came as an object, what happened? What did we give to Zayd?
Fatha tanween.
What? MashaAllah, says Butul Manji. Say that once more again so that everyone hears that.
We get fatha tanween.
Excellent. It gets a fatha tanween. Ra'aytu Zaydan. When we come to the word muslimatun, in the state of nasab, when it comes as an object, the alif and the ta at the end will not get a fatha tanween. Instead of the fatha tanween, it gets a kasra tanween. So the kasra tanween is substituting the fatha tanween, which Zayd is getting as being the object of the verb ra'aytu. So ra'aytu Zaydan, Zaydan is getting a fatha tanween, and this is showing that is in the state of nasab. With regards to the sound feminine plurals, the alif and the ta, when it is in the state of an object, it doesn't get a fatha tanween, it gets a
kasra
tanween.
MashaAllah. So we will say ra'aytu muslima
in,
not muslimatan.
Yeah.
Is that clear?
Yeah.
So now,
to understand is easy, but to practice is not easy.
Check even in the male, even in the masculine, it's the
No,
same.
We'll do that later. I don't want to do masculine yet. I just want to concentrate on one.
Okay.
Because the masculine changes. The masculine changes. The volume for the masculine is different.
Okay.
So ra'aytu muslimatin. So you will see that normally a noun which comes as an object, it gets a fatha tanween. When we do the sound feminine plurals, in the state of nasab, it gets a kasra tanween. Ra'aytu muslima. Is this clear for you, Sister Butul? Butul Ali, Zakir?
Ji.
Yeah, okay. Next one. With Zayd, when it came before harf jar, it gets a kasra tanween. Marartu bi Zayd. I passed by Zayd. Now, when we say with the sound feminine plural, we add harf jar. It will be marartu bi muslima. That's a kasra tanween.
Yeah.
So therefore, the sound feminine plural in the state of nasab and jar, in both
Are
of
the
these.
same.
Exactly.
Yeah, Ashik, we did this rule before.
Shukriya. I spent 20 minutes just to explain this point. Yeah, we've done this before, and I had to explain this again because some students are new, so I had to explain this for everyone so that everyone
No,
understands.
even it's a repetition for us as well, because I think it's been a long time we did it.
Okay, so this is what is this lesson teaching us now. So when it's talked about here, now let me explain now. So you've got this book. This is from page number. Which page number was it from? This is page number 60. Page number 60 from this Tasil al-Nahu book. Okay, now let me explain now. Now, when we said this example, which this book gave, Khalaqallahu as-samawati wal-ardha. Who created? Who is the fa'il?
Allah.
Allah is the fa'il. What did he create?
Skies and the earth.
Exactly.
Sky and the, yeah.
So sama'un is singular. Sama'un is singular. And now the plural is ending with alif and
Ta, flat ta.
Ta.
So
So-
feminine. No?
Will be-
Feminine.
Exactly.
singular.
This is feminine. So
Kasra.
that's the reason why it gets a kasra.
Kasra.
Yeah, because there's alif lam. Because of the alif lam, it doesn't get the kasra tanween. It gets
Tanween,
one
yeah.
kasra.
But it's
As-samawati.
definite, yeah.
Exactly. And wal arda, the last letter al arda, it's a vad. That is the same as zaid. So that's the reason why it gets one fatha. And it's the object of khalaqa. Is that clear now?
This is where when
Yes,
you
you
say
made it very easy, really.
Very easy. My head and my sir is blowing.
Jazakallah.
this is where the samawat is a plural, and ardu. I'm trying to figure out why is Allah saying if Allah has created samawat,
Yep.
ard is not a plural there.
Why it's not Arzim?
So okay, that is an answer which I will have to refer to the ulama and the tafasir and why the word arad has been used as singular. So arad itself, it may be. I'll need to check. Sometimes in the Arabic language, I'll need to double check because there are sometimes words in Arabic which it's called homogeneous. Jins, it indicates upon the whole species of something itself. So one word indicates upon all types of earths as well.
It could be the plural of words. I mean, even if it's singular.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Yeah. So I need to double check that. So here and now over here, Qara'tu al-kutuba was-suhufa. So the word kutub, it's broken plural. Suhuf is broken plural. As being an object, it gets a fatha. And now the word al-majallat, as it sounds, feminine plural. So what does it get? And when it's an object?
Kisra.
It's a kasra.
Alhamdulillah.
And not a
Alhamdulillah.
kasra tanween because of the definite form.
Yes, Alhamdulillah. Now, if you have understood this now, so welcome in the realms of understanding Arabic grammar, Nahu. Nahu is the most, I enjoy Nahu because it was the most challenging subject for me when I was studying in the Hawza because I found it very difficult, but I mastered it and now I enjoy it, and even the students I teach, they enjoy it as well.
And how long did it take you to get to this?
So to master this, it can take you, well, once I've taught all of Nahu, it will take me about 3 to 4 months for every student to master it, as long as they're committed. So once I've taught it, then I'll give you the practical run through of reading text, and it'll take you about 3 months, 4 months, as long as you are committed to be able to master it. And then inshallah, you'll be able to read Arabic text fluently.
So it says Mahu. M-A-H-U.
What was that?
Nahu, with an N.
Nahu.
Nahu.
Yeah, Alif Nun, how, wow.
So
And-
Sheikh, here it's kutuba, sohufa, but like books, newspapers and magazines. So why magazines in majal?
So kutub is plural of kitab, and sahifatun is the plural of suhuf.
Sohuf. And majallat is
Is magazines.
so it's
Majallatun
Jamul
is-
Jama. It's
Yes.
Jamul Jama.
No, mujallat, it's plural. It's just
It's
plural.
just a plural. Okay.
Yeah. Sister Sabira, Sister Sabira, you're a bit quiet.
Mhm. Yes, sir, we are hearing you properly.
No, do you understand what's happening here? Because it's
Yes.
very important.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
I have a question.
Trying to understand.
Yes.
Like kutuba wa suhafa wa majalati.
Yep.
So what we are saying, qarato, the book, not the al-kitaba.
Correct.
Is a single we are talking about. Kutaba is plural.
Yes,
And
kutuba is plural, correct.
this is a broken plural we are saying,
Yes.
or is
It's broken plural, correct.
Wasohofa
It's
is
broken plural as well.
So all of them are broken.
No, two of them are broken, and al-mujallat, it's a sound feminine plural, masculine sound feminine plural.
Feminine.
They are all paper or different types, and we are still making some into broken and some into sound plural.
Yes, that's right. And what's happening here, we're learning that majallat, even though it's an object, so because it's a sound feminine plural, it doesn't get a fatha when it's an object, but instead of getting a fatha, it gets a kasra, and the kasra represents the fatha being the object of the verb.
Okay.
So normally a noun gets a kasra when it's preceded by a preposition.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it is. Right, let me just continue and finish this lesson off now. So then it says now when we said over here, innal ikhwata wal akhawati. Now what does inna do?
Inna gives nasab.
Nasab, correct. So now the word al ikhwa, it's a broken plural. So that's the reason why it gets a fatha. Innal ikhwata. The word akhawat, ukhtun akhawatun. It's a sound feminine.
Plural.
So it doesn't get a fatha. What does it get? It gets a
Kasra.
exactly. So إن الإخوة والأخوات في البيت. Indeed. Translation, please. Come and read it, please.
Indeed, the brother.
Indeed, the brothers and
sisters are at home.
right. Jazakallah. Sister Abul Sakanji, can you read another last paragraph and tell me, do you understand it now? What it means here now? Remember that.
Remember that the nasb and jar endings are the same in the sound feminine plural form. Example, inna talibati fil hafilati. Indeed, the female students are in the buses. Here, at-talibati is mansub because of inna, and hafilati is majroor because of the preposition fi. But both have the e endings.
Is this clear now, Sister Sabirana? Sister Sabir,
Yes. Yes.
Alhamdulillah. Okay. Who is going to read the next part, number 2? Can I request who wants to read? Sister Zahra, go ahead.
We have learned that ra'aytuka means I saw you, and ra'aytuhu means I saw him. Now we learn the use of the pronoun of the first person, me. Note the following. Ra'aytani, you saw me. Khalaqanillahu, Allah created me. Sa'alnil mudarrisu,
No,
the teacher. Sa'alanil mudarrisu.
Correct.
The teacher asked me. The pronoun of the first person is only e, but an n is added between the verb and the pronoun I, so that the final vowel of the verb may not be affected due to the I. As we know, you saw is ra'aita for masculine and ra'aiti for feminine. If we say ra'aita'i, the Arabic phonetic system requires the omission of the vowel a or I before the pronoun. E is, how do you pronounce it? E?
So what it's trying to say, the noon has been brought in just to make it easier and to protect the verb from confusion. That's what the whole thing is trying to say. So this noon which comes is called noon al-wiqaya. So it makes it much more easy. That's the whole thing. So sa'alani, khalaqani, ra'aytani.
So
that
instead
noon,
of like sa'ala'i, it would be hard to pronounce.
exactly.
That's why
Yeah,
sa'alani. Okay.
yeah, that's the whole thing is trying to explain. Is a long-winded explanation, but just remember that whenever you want to say me, you will add a noon before it. Khalaqani, Rabbani, A'tani.
So like it's khalaqi and khalaqani then.
Yeah, Khalaqani, he created me. Exactly.
Mm.
At'amani, yut'imuni.
You can also say like inni and Allah. Allah says to the Musa in the Quran.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, can Sister Sayyid Kazim, Bismillah, can you finish off number 3? How to say in Arabic, how beautiful. Sajid Kazim, Bismillah.
Oh, you're asking me? Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry. Okay, so you're saying how to say in Arabic how beautiful is this car? What a beautiful car this is. This is expressed in Arabic by ma ajmala hadhihi sayara. This is called fi'lu ta'ajjub, i.e. verb of wonder, and has the form ma af'alahu. One can use the pronoun who or any other pronoun is the accusative, or replace it by mansub noun, e.g. Ma atbaka.
Ma atyabaka.
Ma atyabaka. How good you are. Or say ma afkaraha, how poor she is.
So that's the way to show expression of astonishment. Ma atyabaka, ma afkaraka, how poor she is. This is a way of expression of the pattern of ma af'alahu. So anything on that pattern, we'll practice this further. So over here now, next page.
Ma akthara nujum, how numerous the stars are. Ma ashala hada dars, how easy this lesson is. We have learned in book 2 that the noun after ya takes only one dhamma, e.g. ya hamidu, ya bilalu, ya ustadu, ya waladu. Now if the noun after ya is mudaf, it is mansub. Ya binta bilalin, or daughter of Bilal. Ya ukhta Muhammadin, O sister of Muhammad. Ya ibna akhi, O son of my brother. Ya Rabbal Kaaba, O Lord of Kaaba. Ya Abdullah, O servant of Allah. Ya Abu Bakrin, O Abu Bakr, literally, O father of Abu Bakr. Note that the mansub form of Abu is Abba.
Okay, let me just explain this now. So ya, now whenever the word ya, whenever after ya there is mudaf ilay. So whenever, like for example, Abdullah. So when you say Abdullah, what does Abdullah mean? Allah's servant, yes?
Yeah.
So the dal has a dhamma, Abdullah. So because it's mudaf ilay, now what happens, the dhamma on the dal will change to a fatha, Ya Abdullahi. Ya Abdullahi. So that's a ruling. So whenever mudaf ilay comes after ya, the first word, which is the mudaf, the dhamma will change to a fatha. That's making life easier for you. And for example, you know Imam Hussain alayhi salam. What is the laqab? What is, sorry?
Yeah, Abu Abdullah.
Yeah, so the title of Imam Hussain is Abu Abdullah. Abu Abdullah. Abu means the father of the servants of Allah. Abu Abdullahi. But when we are addressing Imam Hussain alayhi salam in ziyarat, we say Assalamu alayka ya Aba Abdullah. The waw changes to an alif. Ya Aba Abdullah. And for example, when we recite Dua Tawassal, in ziyarat, Dua Tawassal is one of the best duas in which you will understand Ya very well. Ya Qurrata, Ya Qurrata.
Ya Hujjatallahi. Ya Hujjatallahi.
Ya Ahsanti.
Ya Hujjatallahi ala khalqi.
Ahsanti.
Ya Sayyidina wa Maulana.
Ya Wajihatan. So,
Ya Wajihatan.
So this is the reason why this is what's happening. So inshallah, I will explain this lesson about Ya more detailed next week, but I want to go through it once today, and next week when I go through it, you'll understand it better.
Inshallah.
If you can finish this off, who will ask next? Sister Sadia, can you finish off number 5, please? 5, 6, and then I'll get someone else to do the next one. A few.
Yeah. We have learned in book 2.
Yep, go ahead. Sister Sadia, mute yourself.
Oh, sorry. We have learned in book 2 that the noun, sorry, where it is gone.
Yep.
The noun after come, how many, is singular and mansub. But if the word come is preceded by a preposition, the noun following it may be majroor or mansub. For example, come realan indaka.
Correct.
How many reals have you got? Have you become realan haza?
So what it's trying to say, it can come realan or realin if a preposition comes before it. So it's just trying to give you a scenario. This can happen sometimes.
So even
So,
with the
Sheikh,
preposition,
both are correct. Like realan and realin, both are correct.
Correct.
That's due to this
realan,
preposition
realan.
come.
Okay.
Yes.
Here both realan and realin are permissible because of the preposition. In the same way, we can say yawmin, fikam yawmin, in how many days. When the interrogative ma is preceded by a preposition, the alif or ma of ma is dropped. For example, ma, bima,
becomes bima. Correct.
Bima. All right. Alif is dropped there then. Okay.
And lim, li and ma becomes
Lima.
correct.
Lima. For what? Why? Min and ma is mimma. From what? Note that the noon of the min has been assimilated to the minma. Min plus ma, mimma.
Correct. It means it accumulated becomes mudaf. It means that it joins in, yes.
So shadda will come there, isn't it? About what? Note that the noon of the an has been assimilated to the min. So it will be
Amma. Jazakallah, sister. Thank you. Sister Sabira Kanji, can you read number 7, please? Inshallah, I just want to read the points to remember, so that I'll not do the lesson today because it's quite a bit of information in the actual points to remember, and then inshallah next week then we can work on this further.
It goes to 10, 11, yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. That's why I just want to do once today, and then inshallah go for next week.
Do you think we should go through this lesson next week again, or is it how we?
I'm going to go through this lesson again.
Oh, okay, cool.
I just want to have a basic understanding, and then go through it again next week.
Right.
I'm going to do 7 itself. That's the last point I'm going to do. That's it. That's it. I'm going to end on this.
Okay, point number 7. We have learnt the relative pronouns alladhi, masculine singular, and allati, feminine singular. Now we learn their plural forms. The plural of alladhi is alladhina, and that of allati is allati.
Correct.
Here are some examples. Masculine singular. Ar-rajulu alladhi kharaja min maktabil mudiri mudarrisun jadidun. The man who left the headmaster's office is a new teacher. Masculine plural. الرجال الذين خرجوا من مكتب المدير مدرسون جدد. The men who left the headmaster's office are new teachers. Feminine singular. الطالبة التي جلست أمام المدرسة بنت المديرة. The female student who sat in front of the lady teacher is the headmistress's daughter. And then feminine plural. الطالبات allati jalasna amamal mudarrisati banatul mudirati. The female students who sat in front of the lady teacher are the headmistress's daughters.
Excellent. Jazakallah. That is enough. I'm not going to do any more because everyone's head is probably pounding as well now after what we have done so far. Okay. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajhum. Any questions from anyone? Apologies. Today's lesson, it has been a bit longer. It's only because I wanted to explain the sound, feminine, clause, and the i'rab because that's important so that you understand it from next session itself. Any question from anyone?
No.
Okay, so say yeah.
We said we'll complete this book before Mahir Ramadan. Can we finish it? Or we
Inshallah, I will try. I will try to finish as soon as before Shahr. I may do 2 lessons or 3 additional lessons to finish this book before Shahr Ramadan, inshallah.
And Sheikh, did you take any class on Sunday? Because I
couldn't take it. I completely forgot myself. I was stuck in London and I completely forgot that I promised yourself. So when I came back, I saw doctor's message. I said, "Oh, I completely forgot." So that's what happened. I didn't take the class.
So there was no class, right?
No. So inshallah, I will try to compensate and try to finish this book as well, even for fast track as well, inshallah, before Shahr Ramadan.
The class is Sunday.
I am planning, but I'm not making the announcement. So I'm going to make the announcement Saturday so that I'm confirmed that I'll be able to do it. So I don't know anything will unexpected pop up. So inshallah, I'll let you know on Saturday whether I'll be able to do it. So Sayyid, can you recite the Faraj to end the session now, please?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Allahumma kulli waliyaka al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan. Salawatuka alayhi wa ala abai fi hadihi sa'ati wa fi kulli sa'a. Waliyun wa hafidha wa qa'ida wa nasira. ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكن وارضاك طوعا وتمتع فيها طويلا اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد. جزاك الله خير.
Thank you ever so much, and thank you for the patience for having a long lesson.